Hey guys, Steve here with Muse Themes. Let's take a look at the new audio playlist widget on our site. Now what this does is it allows you to use our kind of standard MP3 player but with playlist functionality. So let's look at the demo here. As you can see on this page, this is an artist, Tim Ruff. We've got this list of all his songs below, and then of course the player is kind of down here on the bottom. And if we just click on a song, then it loads and it starts playing. And so these songs are actually self-hosted, so we've uploaded the MP3 files with the player. However, in this player, you could choose to point to an externally hosted file as well, meaning it's just somewhere out on the web. So you have lots of flexibility, you have complete control over the branding, and as you can see from this demo, it's really a nice stylish player. So let's have a look at how it works. Okay, so the first thing we'll do here is let's just jump on the MuseThemes website, and I'm going to download this widget. So I'll click download, open up that file with Adobe Muse, and here it is in my library panel. So the next thing we'll do is, of course, drag it onto the page. There you go. And when it's on the page, you'll see that we have two components to this widget. We have kind of the play bar icon here, and in this panel, you can see that we have things like player width, track control, we have player styling, and playlist settings. Now this below is the audio loader. And in there you can see that we have the ability to actually input our various audio files. And this is up to 6 on this loader. However, we can duplicate the loader to add more. One thing that you want to make note of is keep these two widgets in the same orientation. You don't want to move this one above, or you might have issues. They need to load in this order. So let's go ahead and set this up. So the first thing that we'll do is let's just go ahead and input some audio files. So obviously we'll use the audio loader there, and I'm going to leave 3 audio files loaded. I'll turn off the 4th, and we just need to add these files in. So let's click add file. I have some MP3 files in a folder here, and let's just add those in one at a time. Okay, there's the first one. Let's get the second one, and then of course the third one here. Okay. Perfect. So once we've done that, then all you need to do is you just need to put in your audio title names. Of course, we have Tim Ruff and then the name of the song in here, but you could use anything you want. Let's just change this one to sample track for now so you can see the change. Now, if we wanted to have another audio source that wasn't self-hosted, we weren't uploading the MP3 files, it was just somewhere on the web, what we could do is let's enable audio 4 temporarily, and then you would click this enable external source, and it actually removes the ability for you to add a file. And now all you need to do is put in a location to that song. So if you've got an MP3 file on your server or on another server, you can link it up that way. Okay, so let's uncheck that for now, and let's just try it with these first 3 loaded in. So with those loaded, I'm just going to preview it in its default state to see how it looks. Okay, there, so it appears on the page, and as you can see, we have our player here with just the default styling, and then of course we have all our tracks below. I named that first one sample track, and if I click on any of these, then they simply load and play. We do have this little button here too, which actually shows and hides the playlist, and you can change that on the playlist settings. So it's working well, and let's go ahead and style this up. So of course the style settings are on this first component of the widget, and let's just run through these quickly. So we've got player width. Right now it's set to 400 pixels. I'm going to set it to 600. We have starting volume as a percentage. So this is 0.5, 50%. I'm okay with that. Now we've just got some enable and disable features. So looping of audio if we want songs to continue to loop. Shuffling of audio, songs will shuffle through the playlist rather than one at a time. We have show playlist initially. Now if we turn that off, then we just get the blank audio player. We wouldn't see the playlist along with it. I'm going to leave that on for now. And then autoplay, which will just play the first song in the playlist for you automatically. Of course, then below that, we have show and hide buttons. So we can actually hide that playlist button completely. We can hide the next and previous track. We can hide the looping button, the shuffle button, or even the time indicator. So we have full control. Okay, now let's look at the player styling. So right now we have the player color, and this is basically kind of the player background or central color to the player. So I'm going to leave this set at kind of a dark gray, something like that, and we'll use kind of more colorful accents. So the playback bar color is just the bar area that you're going to see when you're not currently playing the song. So most of the time that'll actually be hidden by the playback bar kind of background. And let's have a look at this and see how it looks. So I'm going to set this one to orange real quick so that we can kind of see the difference between these two. So we've got the playback bar color as black and the playback bar background as orange. Now let's see how that looks. There, so the bar color is actually this color in behind, so you can't really see it when it's like this. So of course, with this audio track loaded, we're not going to see any background back there. So that's how those colors kind of break down. Let's jump back into Muse and look at the rest of them. We've got the playback bar loaded color. Okay, let's just also set that to orange. Okay, now we've got the volume bar color. I'm going to set that also to orange. Okay, now we have text color, white, and player button color. I'm going to leave those both set at white for now. Okay, now the actual playlist component is below. So this is the playlist background color. Let's change that to be kind of a lighter gray. Now we've got font and font hover colors. Okay, maybe I'll set the hover color on this to orange. Okay. Now we of course have the playlist font. Now be careful with this. If you're going to pick a web font that you're using in the player, just make sure the web font is actually somewhere on the page as well, so Muse has loaded it in. For now, I'll just leave that set as Arial. And let's drop the font size down to 11. Playlist height is set at 100 pixels right now. Let's go up to 250. And then of course the playlist position. So on our demo that we showed you, kind of on the Tim Ruff site here, we have the playlist obviously positioned above. However, we can have it both ways just by modifying that setting on the widget. So let's set it on top out of curiosity. I'm not sure how good this is going to look, but let's take a look and see. Okay, it actually looks quite nice. So we've got the playlist above. Of course, we'd want to add more and more songs in here, and we can show or hide that playlist as needed. So I'm actually going to add a couple more songs in just to try duplicating this audio loader. So let me duplicate it over here. We'll just drag it with Option clicked. Okay, now on the flyout panel, let's add 3 new audio files. So we have a couple more Tim Ruff ones in here. So let's add that. And I'll add 2 more here. I'm going to delete those out. Okay, perfect. I actually added in a duplicate there, but that's no big deal. So let's just call this sample 3 and sample 4 so that we can actually see those in the playlist. So now if I preview this in the browser, we can see that all our files are actually in here. So it works really, really well, and it's a fantastic option for you to self-host or use externally hosted MP3s in a nice playlist style player. Thanks again for watching, and good luck. Cheers.